starts right now.
Firefighters very busy this morning with two separate house fires in different parts of the city. We've got the latest information for you coming up in a few minutes.
Much different morning than it was yesterday. That sun is out, 48 degrees at 8 a.m. Sarah says it's shaping up to be a beautiful day. She'll have our Sunday forecast in just a bit.
And good morning. It is 8 o'clock on Sunday, November 28th. 2 days left. Well, today, I guess we're just getting started with today. So you count today and then 2 more days left in November.
And then you get shaved.
Oh, that'll be a great day. But we haven't hit freezing yet. Sarah was saying earlier.
You know what? Just don't. No. We're good.
We haven't in San Antonio. Now, there have been a couple of spots up in the hill country that have briefly touched freezing. Our average first freeze in San Antonio is November 30th, and we're not going to hit freezing by then. So we're all right. We're doing good. Take a look outside right now. You can see we're looking at a good mixture of some layers of clouds there. We've got some low-level surface fog close to the surface. Then we've got some high-thin cirrus clouds as well. It's 47 degrees, partly cloudy out there right now, and visibility is improving. Earlier, we had visibility as low as about a half a mile around San Antonio, but as you can see, total improvement of the visibility around many of the main weather sites there, but still some fog out near Seguin. Visibility down to, as I mentioned, a half a mile earlier in San Antonio. That's because the temperatures and the dew points were right near each other, but we're seeing those temperatures rise. It's still chilly out there, 47 at the airport, 47 in Bulverde, 47 in Bandera, 46 in Castroville, 43 in Devine, and 46 in New Braunfels. Hey, today's going to be a great day to knock out some of those chores. Perhaps you want to decorate outside for the holidays. Know that it's going to be a beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine, 62 at noon, 66 for the afternoon high temperature. North winds at 5 to 15 and getting cool tonight fairly quickly. We'll be near 50 degrees as early as 9 p.m. Hey, coming up in the forecast, it is one of the busiest travel days of the year. I'll have a look at the weather across the state of Texas if you're planning on hitting the roads. Coming up in just a bit. Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, a house being renovated on the city's west side destroyed by a fire early this morning. When firefighters arrived at the scene on Erline Avenue around 4 this morning, they found flames had taken over the home. The left side of the house partially collapsed. No one was injured because the home was vacant and under remodel. Officials believe the fire started in the garage and quickly spread throughout the empty house.
Soon after that fire in Erline, firefighters got another call for a house fire, this one in the 100 block of Shea Street on the city's south side. That's near West Sayers and South Flores. The fire happened at a vacant home. Officials say the fire wasn't directly threatening any of the neighboring homes, and they were able to get it out pretty quick. No injuries reported. The cause of the fire under investigation.
Investigators are trying to determine what caused a driver to crash into a wall divider last night. Police say around 10:30, a driver was going eastbound on Highway 90 and trying to exit at Zarzamora, but crashed into the dividing wall head on. The driver died at the scene. 2 other vehicles also crashed as a result of this incident, but no one in those vehicles were injured.
Top stories we're continuing to follow this morning. There are still several questions surrounding a double homicide at a Northwest Side apartment complex. We first brought you this story as late-breaking news yesterday on GMSA. A man and a woman were found dead at the Seven Oaks Apartments on Danny K. The man was found outside by a stairwell. The woman was found inside an apartment unit. The two have not yet been identified, and we have not gotten another update from police about this incident. It's still unclear what happened, but officials are calling this a homicide. So far, it's unclear if there are any suspects, and we will continue to monitor this story and bring you the latest information on air and online.
Well, as the holiday weekend comes to an end, those who travel to visit friends and family are making their way back home in airports, anticipating lots of traffic.
Jonathan Cotto checking on travel conditions, and he now joins us live from the San Antonio International Airport. Good morning, Jonathan. We know it was crowded earlier in the week. What's it look like today out there?
Good morning, David. That's right. Well, it was looking pretty busy just moments ago. Folks catching those early morning flights. Things are simmering down now, but it's expected. You know, it's the end of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Tomorrow's the start of the work week. So an increase in flights, departures and arrivals is expected. But take a listen to this. TSA is saying the highest travel day in history, in TSA history, is the Sunday after Thanksgiving of 2019. That was pre-pandemic. Now then, a nearly 2.9 million people were screened at airport checkpoints across the country. They say the travel volume amount to those numbers won't be considerably higher to that, but they are definitely anticipating an increase. Now, between the days leading up to Thanksgiving and today is the holiday weekend, they're expecting about 20 million passengers to be traveled between the start of last week and today. We just took a look at the status board. There are a few cancellations and delays here at the San Antonio airport, but other than that, conditions are normal. Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. A reminder for Bexar County property owners, those who have chosen to enroll in the county's property tax half payment plan will have to make their first payment by Tuesday. You can make your payment in person, online, or by phone or mail. All tax office locations will be open until 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday to allow taxpayers additional time to stop by. There are also curbside drop-off options available. The downtown tax office will have 2 curbside drop-off options available from 7:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night on Tuesday. The south side, northeast, and northwest side substation locations will have curbside drop-offs as well from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. Each tax office location also has drop box for customers to use after business hours. Now, if you mail your payment, be sure your payment is postmarked by November 30th. Credit card and electronic check payments can be made online at bear.org/TAX. That is on your screen, or the number also can be called on your screen, 1-888-852-3572.
If you're a pet owner, I'm sorry.
And all right,
There's more.
There's more. And if you need to find out how much is due, visit the tax office website or give them a call at 210-335-2251. The second half of your tax bill won't be due until June 30th next year.
All right, so if you're a pet owner, we've got a warning for you this morning. There's a potential deadly disease impacting animals in our area. Chagas disease is a parasite caused by the bite of a kissing bug. It can present a variety of symptoms, including sudden death to animals. According to Dr. Roy Madigan, 12% of dogs in Texas have the disease. Testing isn't widely available. Pet owners need to ask for it specifically at their vet. Currently, there is no FDA-approved treatment, but INAD, an investigational new animal drug, has been filed, and that could help.
It uses a combination of 2 different drugs, so they've been repurposed. And with those 2 drugs, if you can start it and you can continue on before you're in full heart failure, these guys 100% cure rate.
Unlike diseases like heartworm, there's no pill or vaccine preventative you can give your pet. Instead, if you see kissing bugs in your yard or around your house, call pest control and have them treat the area.
It is 8:08 and 48 degrees.
Not the ending to the regular season that UTSA was hoping for. Still ahead on GMSA. Highlights from the Roadrunners game yesterday afternoon in Denton against North Texas.
And coming up after the break, a backstage look at a local theater performance that'll get you and the family in the holiday spirit.
Man, outside once again, beautiful sunrise this morning. It's getting a little bit warmer as the day goes on. We're up to 48. That's like 2 degrees warmer than it was a couple hours ago. So we're getting there. Beautiful day, though. Sarah Spivey, get your forecast coming up. Welcome back. 12 minutes after 8 o'clock. So how about taking in a little theater performance to get you in the holiday spirit? The Public Theater of San Antonio is ringing in the Christmas season with a new music that's an original. It's all about the Alamo City.
Ooh, I like that. Producer Priscilla Kataman and digital journalist Andrew Wilson give us a look backstage at the performance that's a perfect outing for you and your family.
The Public Theater of San Antonio is welcoming back audiences for its second post-pandemic show, and this one is centered all around San Antonio.
Traditionally, at the Public Theater, we produce musicals that have been produced before, and this time we have created our own musical review and sort of created a story built around it, all centered in San Antonio. This show is so relatable, and it's a good show for family as well. And if you are looking for something to put you in the holiday spirit, this show will give you some traditional music, but also some new pop songs.
Glory to the newborn King.
Also, this is an excellent show for folks that have never come to the Public Theater here at the San Pedro Playhouse, because this is a historic theater in San Antonio. It is the oldest theater here. This used to be nationally known as one of the centers of theater in the country. I'm talking over 100 years ago. Season's Greetings is our 700th production in this space. So if there's any show to come to, it's this show, especially because we really connected it to the city and to the community.
And that was one of our producers, Priscilla Gadaman, and digital journalist Andrew Wilson reporting. You can catch the performance now through December 19th. To purchase tickets, just visit publicsa.org. Yesterday, cold, wet, rainy. Today, completely different. It's a little chilly, but it's a completely different day. And now David can help his wife put out the decorations. I can.
Sorry about that, David.
I will. And it's, yes, ma'am. He's a good Santa's helper.
Good husband there, David.
Good husband.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look outside. We are seeing plenty of sunshine out there to start our day. It's a bit of a mixed bag, though, because there are still areas of patchy fog out there early this morning. Not at the airport, where visibility is perfectly fine. 10 miles is perfect visibility. 47 degrees outside right now, partly cloudy skies, a mixture of high-thin cirrus clouds, a few low clouds out there, and, of course, that patchy fog in places. Those temperatures are right near the dew points. You can see that visibility is improving around the metro area, but we're still seeing some pretty nice fog out near Seguin and in northern Wilson County. Visibility is down to 4 miles in Gonzales. So right now, the thick of the fog is off toward the south and to the east of the KSAT 12 viewing area. Temperatures chilly this morning, 44 in Kerrville, 48 in Rock Springs, 45 in Carrizo Springs, 53 in Del Rio. Del Rio has some cloud cover. That cloud cover acted as a blanket and kept things a little bit warmer in the overnight hours, but still cool at 53, 50 in Kennedy, and 53 in Gonzales. All right, what have we got going on? Well, all of the rain that we saw earlier around San Antonio from yesterday has pushed off to the east. It's moving into Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi this morning. That's where that low pressure system is. Behind it, we've got drier air filtering in, and so that's why we're going to have some improvement to the weather today. That is, of course, if you think sunny skies are an improvement to yesterday's weather. We're going to be looking at some cirrus clouds out there, so it should be a partly cloudy day with mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. 57 at 10, 62 at noon, 66 for the high temperature, north winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. If you do have plans outside tonight, just know that it's going to get chilly quickly, as it usually does this time of year. As soon as the sun sets at 5:35, temperatures will be tumbling. We'll be down to 50 degrees by 10 and upper 40s by midnight. A big travel day across the state of Texas. If you have plans to hit the road, just know that the weather will cooperate. At least it'll still be, of course, very intense traffic on the roads itself, but at least we won't have to deal with any kind of inclement weather by any means. This afternoon, all of Texas should be seeing at least some sunshine, with the exception of the Houston area. Temperatures will be mild, not too warm, not too cold, except for this evening. Temperatures will be falling very quickly if you have late night travel plans as well. But again, no issues with rain across the state of Texas today. Humidity will actually be on the rise by Wednesday. You'll be noticing that higher humidity. Dew points will be back in the 60s. But until then, Monday, Tuesday, tomorrow, Tuesday, going to be very nice with low humidity. So what does that mean? That means chilly mornings and comfortable afternoons. We'll be looking at ditto weather tomorrow and Tuesday for us. A little bit more cloud cover on Tuesday than today and tomorrow. But that humidity will increase on Wednesday. That means our morning lows are going to increase too. We'll only be near 60 degrees for the morning lows by the middle and end of the week. Afternoon highs will be mild in the low to mid 70s, with only a chance for isolated rain Thursday through Saturday. So it looks like our big rain event was yesterday, and we're going to be drying out here over the next few days. As far as rainfall goes, we got about 4/10 of an inch at the airport, so not too shabby by any means. David and Sarah.
Mow my lawn the next 3 days.
I like ditto days.
Ditto days.
If the first of the ditto was a good day.
Yes.
Then we can have ditto days.
Yes.
8:18, 49 degrees.
Hey, we had some high school playoffs last night, David.
Yeah, we had a lot of high school action. Coming up after the break, we're going to show you some highlights of the teams in action last night and some college action as well. a run for UTSA, but unfortunately their regular season ended a win short of a perfect record at North Texas. The Roadrunners never really got going yesterday. They fell behind early. Second quarter, they tried to rally. Down 17-6, Frank Harris takes off up the middle, jukes the defender, spins, scores on that 69-yard run. Roadrunners were back in it, down 17-13, but UNT responds on the next drive. That's a 15-yard touchdown. Well, that's Frank Harris right there. Did I get ahead of myself? I was fast. Frank was not as fast as I thought he was. But there he is. There he goes. Now here's the UNT run. Roadrunners looking for the answer. Harris loses the ball here, though. North Texas recovers on the 25-yard line. That was the third fumble for UTSA in the first half. They trailed 31-13 at the break, and they ended up falling 45-23.
Yeah, it was just a perfect storm. I did my best to get those guys ready, and I didn't get them ready. And that responsibility falls on me, and we're extremely embarrassed by our performance. Sorry for our fans that drove all the way down here, our band that came down here, but nobody is taking this loss worse than those players are right now.
Of course, it's hard to go through the ups and downs of last week and put that to rest and get back ready to go. That's hard for any team, and today we just didn't overcome it.
All right, so they got to shake this one off. Forget it. Don't worry about it. Western Kentucky is coming to town. It's UTSA and Western Kentucky in the Alamo Dome. Remember, UTSA students, free tickets for this championship game. General admission tickets go on sale tomorrow. Hey, back here at home, Benson Stadium, University of the Incarnate Word Cardinals hosting their first ever playoff game yesterday afternoon. Second quarter, game tied at 7. Quarterback Cameron Ward able to score from 6 yards out. Goes up 14-7. Now we're tied at 14-all in the third. Ward goes to the air. This time finds Taylor Grimes. That's a 23-yard touchdown. Stretch that thing over there, Taylor. They took the lead, but at the end of regulation, it was tied again at 28. But UIW was able to pull off the win with a TD and OT. They win at 35-28. Next up for the Cardinals, Sam Houston State in Huntsville on Saturday afternoon. Oh, the 15th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies trying to end the regular season with a little momentum going into a bowl. Take it on LSU in Death Valley. Aggies trailed 17-7 at half, 20-10 after 3. But they're rallying in the fourth as Zach Calzada finds Jalen Preston. He takes on a couple of hits. It's a 15-yard touchdown. A&M now trails 20-17. Aggies next possession. They take their first lead of the game. Calzada avoids the rush, rolls left and finds Preston again. He cuts back against the grain, follows his blocking into the end zone. 32-yard touchdown, 24-20 with a little over 7 minutes left to play, but the Tigers get the last bite. Max Johnson hits Jeray Jenkins for the 28-yard touchdown pass with just 20 seconds left in regulation. LSU stuns the Aggies 27-24. The last game for the LSU head coach said he will not be coaching the bowl game. High school football playoffs for a third round playoff game. Bernie and Austin LBJ, the Greyhounds running strong. Riley Pachisic starts to the outside, turns a corner, and he's going down the sideline before, getting knocked out of bounds at the 17. That's a 25-yard gain. A few plays later, he's over for the touchdown. 7-0 Bernie. But the Jags answer. Pass goes to Caleb Brown over the middle. Little stiff arm. 46-yard score. Ties the game 7-all. Bernie's season comes to an end 68-24. TAP state semifinals. Central Catholic taking on Midland Christian. The Bulldogs up 28-7 at half and rolling in the third. Handoff goes to Cole Gunter right up the middle. That's a 31-yard touchdown run. 35-7. Buttons trying to rally. Silas Gomez has Carlos Pena in the end zone for the 7-yard score. Not enough. Buttons end up falling 41-14. And here's a look at who's still in the playoffs and who they're going to face next. Friday night at Bobcat Stadium. It's Liberty Hill and Alamo Heights undefeated. Kickoff for that one is at 7 o'clock. Franklin taking on Poth Friday night, 7 o'clock. In Pflugerville, and Cuero and Navarro battles at Bastrop Stadium at 7:30 on Friday. And Brennan and Austin Westlake, this ought to be a good one. Saturday, 2 o'clock, Tiger Stadium in Dripping Springs. Little road trips for these guys. But that's all right. Go out there on the road and win, come back.
That's right. You have a job.
The job is to win. 8:26, 49 degrees.
Well, still ahead on GMSA, the president has a busy week ahead of him, what he has on his schedule, and how it could affect you. That's after the break. If you are just waking up, good morning. It is Sunday. It's 8:30. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's November 28th. I know a lot of people are waking up either getting on the roads or maybe heading to the airport today, Sarah, because it's going to be a busy travel day.
Absolutely is. And I've got some good news for this early in the day. It doesn't look like we're having many delays at the San Antonio International Airport. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, no major delays there at the airport. 47 degrees, partly cloudy. Elsewhere across the nation, no major delays yet. And I say yet because, as you know, it is one of the biggest travel days of the year. Speaking of our airport, let's go ahead and take a look out near the airport. Looks nice out there. We did have some fog earlier this morning in spots around San Antonio, but that has improved around the metro area. It's 47 chilly degrees out there and winds are turning to the north. Elsewhere, there is some fog still out toward Gonzales, out toward LaGrange, Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, and even in Del Rio, visibility is reduced somewhat. And it's chilly this morning. 46 in New Braunfels, 44 in Kerrville, 48 in Rock Springs, and 46 in Carrizo Springs. As you know, yesterday was a chilly and gray day. We only got up to 53 degrees. Today, a nice change of pace. We're going to see plenty of sunshine, and temperatures will climb nicely into the mid to upper 60s. 66 for the high in San Antonio. North winds today at 5 to 15 and getting chilly tonight after the sun sets. Hey, coming up in the forecast, we're going to talk about an increase in humidity, and that's going to have subtle changes in our work week forecast as we get ready to go back to work and ready to go back to school. Sarah, David.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, a crash involving a pedestrian on the northwest side happened around 2:40 this morning on Culebra Road between Ingram and Petrenko Roads. Police say a man was trying to cross the street when he was hit by a truck. The man suffered serious head injuries and he was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. The driver of the truck did stop to help the man. Police say he won't be facing any charges.
And police are trying to figure out what led to the shooting of a man overnight outside a home on the northwest side. It just happened before midnight. Police say two men were outside a home on Springdale Drive when one person pulled out a gun and shot the other person in the back. This is in a neighborhood near Babcock and De Zavala. The man who was shot was taken to University Hospital for treatment. The other man that pulled the trigger took off before officers arrived. Police say neighbors witnessed the shooting, but were not able to give them a description of the man.
We've learned the names of the two men killed in a drive-by shooting on Thanksgiving Day. According to the medical examiner's office, they were 25-year-old Eugene Hodge and 28-year-old Charles Woodsword. This shooting happened Thursday evening at a home on Sunrise Creek Drive near Benz Engelman. Police say Hodge and Woodsword were at a Thanksgiving gathering when someone drove by and opened fire. There were multiple people inside that home, including children. Two women were also shot. Police said witnesses were not being cooperative. At last check, police are still searching for the suspect.
Three family members being charged with criminal mischief after allegedly causing major damage to two vehicles and a business. 31-year-old Gus Garcia, 36-year-old Paul Garcia, and 51-year-old Pablo Garcia are all facing the same charges. It stems from an incident that happened back on October 12th. According to the arrest affidavit, a man and a woman were at the man's business on West Military near Marbach when Gus Garcia showed up and began yelling threats at him, trying to get him to come outside to fight him. The woman said she used to be in a relationship with Gus Garcia. The man and woman stayed inside the building, and the entire time the three men were damaging their property. At first, investigators say it was just Gus, but then Paul and Pablo Garcia also showed up. The men allegedly took turns with a metal rod hitting vehicles, breaking windows, and even a window to the business. Investigators say Gus Garcia also drove his truck into the woman's car several times. Overall, the damages to everything is about $3,000.
The holiday weekend coming to an end. Those who travel to visit with friends and family are making their way back home. Airports anticipating lots of traffic.
Jonathan Cotto checking in on travel conditions and joins us now live from San Antonio International. Good morning, Jonathan. How's it looking right now? Not a lot of people behind you right now.
Good morning, David. Yeah, not a lot of folks here right now, but moments ago, those lines were starting to build up, of course, catching those first early bird flights, but nothing out of the ordinary. It's expected. Folks, tomorrow is the start of the work week, so a lot of people going back home. But taking a listen to this. The TSA says the busiest and the highest travel day in TSA history was in 2019, the Thanksgiving after, the Sunday after Thanksgiving of 2019. That was pre-pandemic. Now then, nearly 2.9 million people were screened at at airports, checkpoints across the country. They say the travel volume won't amount to those numbers, but they will be considerably higher as the holiday weekend comes to an end. TSA says they expect to have screened about 20 million passengers. Now, we did check the status boards for departures and arrivals. We saw a handful of delays and cancellations, but of course, the day is just starting off. That could change, but as of now, conditions are normal here at the San Antonio International Airport. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. In your morning headlines, a strong earthquake hitting the northern portion of Peru early this morning. Right now, the preliminary magnitude of the earthquake is 7.5. While it is extremely strong, it happened relatively deep, which usually reduces damage and casualties. The epicenter was about 26 miles northwest of Barranca.
An intense week ahead for President Joe Biden when he returns from holiday break in New England. The new COVID variant, the possibility of a government shutdown, and the escalating situation between Ukraine and Russia. ABC's Mary Alice Parks is in Nantucket with the latest.
After taking a breather up here this holiday with his family, the president is going to have to hit the ground running this week. Several big deadlines coming up quickly. First, funding for the federal government runs out on Friday, so there's the possibility of a government shutdown. And the Treasury Department said that as early as the middle of December, the country could once again be unable to pay its bills. Earlier this fall, Congress only passed these short-term stopgap measures to raise the debt limit and keep the lights on. So their backs are against the wall again. They're going to have to pass these big bills quickly. And of course, there are issues abroad that are also heating up. The president this weekend took questions about Russia's increasingly aggressive behavior on the Ukrainian border. There are reports that as many as 100,000 Russian troops are there, possibly threatening an invasion again of Ukraine. We know that the U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan had a call with his Ukrainian counterpart on Friday. And Secretary of State Antony Blinken has NATO meetings this week. Just a few weeks ago, Blinken had the Ukrainian foreign minister to D.C. So clearly the White House is tracking this closely. They are looking for ways to support the Ukrainian government and deter Russia. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Nantucket.
Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, the Jewish holiday being celebrated earlier than usual this year. It typically falls closer to Christmas, or at least in the month of December. At sundown today, Jewish families will light the menorah and kids will open presents, often one for each of the 8 nights that are celebrated. And here at home, the Pearl will be celebrating Hanukkah on Wednesday, and they invite the public to join them. They'll be lighting the menorah and have a local rabbi share a special message as well as live music. The celebration begins at 6 o'clock at the Pearl near the menorah.
We're in the last push of our Share the Shoes drive, and we need your help. Children need your help in our community. You can donate a new pair of shoes to any SAPD substation. We're looking for shoes of all sizes for toddlers and teenagers. All of the shoes will benefit the local nonprofit Good Samaritan Community Services next month, just in time for the holidays. You can make those donations through Tuesday.
And for all you artists, you can now submit work for the 7th annual citywide art contest, remembering the late Martin Luther King Jr. Any art that's selected will be featured as the visual representation for the 35th annual MLK March and Legacy Celebration. This year's theme is Free to Be. Anybody who lives in Bexar County can join in. Just email arts@sanantonio.gov. The subject line should say 2022 MLK Poster Contest. You have until December 8th to submit your work. For more details on the guidelines for the posters, just head over to KSAT.com.
It's 8:39 and 51 degrees.
If you are ready to get into the holiday spirit, we've got some new Christmas movies that are out for you to enjoy. We've got the details coming up after the break.
Yeah, yesterday was a good movie day. Today might be a good day to get outside, according to Sarah Spivey. 51 degrees at 8:39. She'll have our full Sunday forecast when we come back.
Even though outside today is going to be a little better than it was yesterday, you still might want to stay in and watch some new Christmas movies.
Yeah, especially if you want to get in the Christmas spirit. Yeah. Santa is bringing a bag full of Christmas movies to theaters and streaming services this weekend. Just take a look.
My sister and I had the best childhood that any kid could ask for.
A pair of feuding sisters must come together to save their family and family business in a holiday chance, now in theaters.
Merry Christmas from Montanaro.
Netflix has 3 new Christmas movies already streaming as The Princess Switch 3, Romancing the Star, with Vanessa Hudgens reprising her trio of roles.
You may find this hard to believe, but long ago, nobody knew about Christmas.
Maggie Smith stars with fellow Harry Potter alum Jim Broadbent in Netflix's A Boy Called Christmas, an origin story about Father Christmas. Brooke Shields stars as an author and Carrie Elwes as a Scottish duke in the rom-com A Castle for Christmas. Netflix opened the castle gates on Friday.
Mister, guess what? Your angels suck.
I love kids.
Shawnee Smith plays an overwhelmed mom trying to create a perfect holiday in Christmas versus the Walters. The dramedy debuted on video on demand Friday.
I am the only American, probably the only person in the world, who has been banned by a federal court from decorating for Christmas.
An over-the-top Christmas display is at the center of the documentary 'Twas the Fight Before Christmas, streaming on Apple TV+.
I know what it's like to go live out my dream. I want that for you.
Boy, that does wonders for my Christmas spirit.
We end our Christmas movie list on a nicer note with Christmas in Tahoe debuting today as part of the Hallmark Channel's annual Christmas lineup.
There you go.
And also now
Hallmark
streaming.
movies.
I know, Mike Osterhage loves Hallmark movies. All right, but also streaming is 8-Bit Christmas starring Neil Patrick Harris. That's on HBO Max. Sarah, are you a Hallmark Christmas movie girl?
I'm not.
Neither am I.
But here's the thing. I do like Christmas movies. Like, we watched Elf on Thanksgiving
Well,
Day.
you have to watch Elf.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel, though, that Sarah Costa would be somebody who would get in trouble for decorating outside with Christmas.
Hey,
you
challenge,
go all out, girl.
Challenge accepted.
All right, and David's going to be hanging up his Christmas decorations outside as well.
Just doing what I'm told.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Getting on
That's
Santa's
right.
good list.
Well, yeah, yesterday was not an ideal day to be outside, but we did get some good rain. I'd love to talk about how much rain we saw around the area. Not a ton, but at least everybody got some rain, even out toward Del Rio, about 1/4 of an inch of rain, 1/4 of an inch near Eagle Pass, and up to 1/2 an inch of rain out toward Hondo. At least radar estimated rainfall. Up in the hill country, 1/4 of an inch near Kerrville, more than that near Bandera, and about 1/2 an inch, close to 1/2 an inch out near Canyon Lake as well. In the metro area, officially at the airport, we got 4/10 of an inch of rainfall, up to 1/2 an inch out near Bernie, up to about 1/4 of an inch in Seguin. So by no means was this filling up the rain gauges, but it was enough to at least supplement our November monthly rain total. So that is some good news there. And especially good news if you live southeast of San Antonio toward Cuero, almost an inch of rain out there, almost an inch near Nixon, Smiley, and near Floresville as well. All that rain, though, pushed off to the east, and we're going to be left with a beautiful day. Here's a look at where that rain is right now across parts of Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi. That upper level low moving out of here, and behind it bringing in some much drier air. So today is going to be a beautiful day to enjoy some time outdoors. We did start off with some areas of fog out there, and it is quite cool and cold across parts of Texas. It's 33 in Lubbock, 38 in Midland. Around the metro area, though, here in San Antonio, we're still in the upper 40s, but we're getting into the 50s as we speak. 53 in Del Rio, 51 in Pleasanton, 51 up near Austin, 51 in Beeville. We are warming up. Yesterday's high temperature was 53 degrees, and we're already almost at that high temperature right now. Now, outside earlier, as I mentioned, there was some fog out there, but that fog, as you can see, has really cleared out of here. We're still dealing with some fog in Guadalupe County out near Seguin, but otherwise visibility is improving. Some light fog out near Castroville as well. Visibility is down to 7 miles. In the futurecast, it's going to be a mostly sunny afternoon for us, and temperatures should be climbing. Out toward Del Rio, about 75 for the high temperature, but around the metro area, mid to upper 60s is a good bet. 66 for the high in Kerrville, 68 in New Braunfels, 68 in Hondo, near 70 in Pleasanton, 68 in Beeville as well. Here in San Antonio, what we'll see is 62 at noon. Again, we'll already be warmer than yesterday's high by 10 o'clock this morning, and 66 for the afternoon high. In the afternoon, we'll have mostly sunny skies, but if you do have evening plans tonight, know that it's going to get chilly very quickly. As soon as the sun sets at 5:35, our temperatures will be falling. We'll be back into the 40s by midnight, and starting off tomorrow as a chilly day as well. North winds today at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be nice and dry tomorrow and Tuesday, but notice that humidity does end up rising. By the middle of the week, those dew points will be in the 60s. At about 60 degrees, that's where you can start to feel the humidity, and we'll probably have morning fog as well. But a nice weather tomorrow and Tuesday. We've been calling it ditto weather, a ditto day tomorrow and Tuesday as well, with cold mornings, comfortable afternoons. That increase of humidity, you'll see the clouds, and morning lows will be much warmer, near 60 degrees through the middle to the end of the week, and highs will be in the 70s. Only a chance for isolated rain Thursday through Saturday. David and Sarah.
Looks good to me. Thank you, Sarah.
I think my wife is watching, and she's going, doing what he's told.
Did she just get a text? Hi, Tina. Thanks for watching.
8:49, 52 degrees.
Tomorrow on GMSA, the shopping frenzy continues. We're breaking down everything you need to know about Cyber Monday with tips that could save you big time.
And as we go to break, we'll see if you won some money. Pick 3, 7, 9, 6. Fireball is 9, and your daily 4, 4, 1, 6, 6. Fireball is 7.
Cash 5, 2, 3, 10, 27, 31. Texas Lotto 11, 13, 24, 31, 34, 47. Here's the big one, over 200 million. 8, 32, 55, 64, 66. Powerball 10, Power Play 2. The news you need to know before you go: a house being renovated on the city's west side destroyed by a fire early this morning. When firefighters arrived to the scene on Erline Avenue around 4 o'clock this morning, they found flames had taken over the home. The left side of the house partially collapsed. No one was injured because the home was vacant and under remodel. Officials believe the fire started in the garage and quickly spread throughout the empty home.
Investigators trying to determine what caused a driver to crash into a wall divider last night. Police say around 10:30, a driver was going eastbound on Highway 90 trying to exit at Zarzamora, but crashed into the dividing wall head on. That driver died at the scene. 2 other vehicles also crashed as a result, but no one in those vehicles were injured. And we just learned that a man hit during an early morning crash has died from his injuries. It happened around 2:40 this morning on Calabria Road between Ingram and Petranco. Police say that man was trying to cross the street when he was hit by a truck. He was taken to University Hospital, where he later died. A driver of the truck did stop to help. Police say he won't be facing any charges.
And ending with some lighter news, we're anticipating our first look at the Christmas style being featured at the White House this year. Tomorrow, First Lady Jill Biden will unveil the year's holiday theme and decor. A number of National Guard members and their families will also be on hand to enjoy the festivities. President Biden will also deliver remarks thanking the more than 100 volunteers from the local area who helped decorate the White House for the season.
Hey, are you traveling around Texas today? A lot of people will be. If you're planning on going around the state, just know that the weather should cooperate. We're not going to have any rain today. High temperatures should be in the 60s or near 70 degrees if you're going south of San Antonio. And then it should get chilly tonight. But again, no rain in the forecast. We're already at 53 degrees this morning. That means we're already at yesterday's high temperature. So we've got a lot more sunshine throughout the day. It'll warm us up nicely. 52 in New Braunfels, 48 in Helotes, 52 at Bertie Stage, and 46 in Kerrville. Planning on decorating outside today? Just know that, again, it's going to be nice and comfortable. High temperatures should be in the mid to upper 60s with low humidity and north winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking at the 7-day forecast, nice tomorrow and Tuesday, and then humidity will increase on Wednesday. That means morning lows will be near 60 degrees. Afternoons will be comfortable in the low to mid 70s, a little bit warmer than seasonally average. As far as rain chances go, Sarah and David, only a 20% chance for rain Wednesday through the weekend. That's it.
Sounds good to me. Beautiful weather for the week. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
And thank you for being with us this morning. We hope you have a great Sunday and a great week.